What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Ghislaine Maxwell video, and this is a follow-up to a story that I did yesterday. So two representatives, Thomas Massey from Kentucky and Ro Khanna from California, have filed a discharge petition to release all of the Jeffrey Epstein files. And today, they, along with some of Jeffrey Epstein's victims, are speaking with the media in Washington. So this clip that I'm about to show is from that press conference. So they asked about the client list because we've heard rumors for a long time that there was a client list, and then the DOJ came out and said that there was no client list. Ghislaine confirmed that there was no client list in her DOJ interview, but we can't believe her, obviously. So they asked the victims, was there a client list? And this is what they had to say.
For years, we've heard that there's an Epstein client list or some kind of list. And now we hear from DOJ that there's no list. Among the victims, what do you guys think? I know you're working on your own list, but do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein had a list?
Yeah, so there's not a list. Yeah. So here's what it was. Just like you heard everybody today, Jeffrey Epstein created through an organization that of enablers, of people that were on his payroll. It was a complicated scheme where others should still be investigated because they helped to enable him and operate this scheme. Without those people, he could not have done this. But the purpose was for him to personally abuse people. With that being said, certain of his friends, he farmed out certain of the women that he was exploiting too. But that wasn't the primary purpose of that scheme. And I don't think he wrote the names of those people down. There's not a list of, hey, here's all of the people that I sent females to. That's just not how that organization works. Agreed?
So they essentially say that there is no, like, quote unquote client list. However, they are compiling their own list of Jeffrey Epstein's friends that they were, for lack of better words, pimped out to. So one of the people asked, well, what do you say to people who say, why don't you guys just say the names? Why don't you guys release the names if they're not going to release the names? And this is what they had to say to that.
For this client list that you ladies are putting together, you said it would be confidential, but will the public, could you clarify, will the public get to see that list?
So Lisa, what's your envision here?
Is it going to go to the public or just amongst the survivors?
No, we're reaching out to survivors that are scared.
So come on up.
We're reaching out to survivors that are scared to come forward and that also know who they were trafficked to. So that's the list that we're compiling. We're not quite sure, how we're going to release that, or even if we're going to. The Department of Justice needs to release the list.
Right,
yes.
For folks at home, they might be confused. Survivors know the names. You've seen these powerful people. Why can't you say the names? Could you just explain for folks?
Why do we have to say the names when the government knows the names? And we're also scared to do so. Look what's happened to so many of the survivors that have revealed names.
Yeah, I find the question about the bill.
I think it's also worth saying that having represented, I think, between our firm and Boyce Schiller, hundreds of victims, and we've talked to them about the various people that they were farmed out to. So we've created somewhat of a list. Most of these individuals, the victims, are very scared to say these names because they could get sued, they're going to get attacked, and nobody protected them the first time. And that was against one person. So is there a list? There is a list. But just to dispel kind of the common theme here, every one of these women was abused by Jeffrey Epstein, and his scheme was to personally abuse women. When they reached a certain age, he did farm a section of them, some of them, out to some of his friends. That doesn't mean all of his friends. With that said, I'm more than happy to assist in helping create the list behind the scenes and see what we do with it. Go ahead.
Hold on. I think if someone's interested in prosecuting, they may have something different to say about sharing a list. But they're not sharing a list for nothing to happen. And that's the experience that they've had for all of these years.
And I don't blame them for being afraid. And I don't blame them for not speaking out. There's no way that I would name these names when, like they said, the names are in these documents, release the documents. Why would they tell the names and risk their life? We know what can happen if you start speaking on influential people. They can make you disappear. They can hurt you. There's all type of things that can happen. And many times in this press conference today, they've said that they're scared. And I don't blame them. I think they're pretty brave to even be up here talking at all in this press conference because you don't know the links that people will go to protect their reputation and protect their assets. But you guys let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I will be back with more clips from this press conference, so stay tuned so you don't miss any of those. If you like videos like this, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please hit the like.